We're here at Laguna Seca with Lightspeed track events. Use the promo code Zygrene to save on future track days. Link in the video description. And this is my second track day with the Integra Type S. We were just out here last week with Grid Life driving a Veloster N. Only got about 20 minutes of seat time, so still got some warming back up to Laguna to do today. But I'm excited to drive my Type S again in stock form. We're still on the stock tires PS4S. The only difference from the last track day at Sonoma is that I've installed some Endless ME20 front brake pads. The rears are still on the way from Japan, but at least we got the fronts on here. Laguna Seca being a very brake heavy track, I definitely wanted to make sure I had some proper aftermarket pads. And I swapped out the original 0W20 Honda oil with some Pennzoil Ultra Platinum 5W30. We should be able to do 4 sessions with this car today, so let's see what we can do. My target, from what I've read, an FK8 Civic Type R bone stock form should be able to do a 144. So an FL5 Civic Type R should be a tad bit quicker. So the Integra should be probably somewhere in between. So I'm aiming for a 144. That being said, I'd be happy with a 145. So let's see what we can do. First session already did a 44.99, and that was with a major screw up at turn 6. I think this car can easily do a 43, but oh my god, is it understeering badly. These PS4S tires have no grip out here at all. We have the hot tire pressures at 33 to 34 psi, but the car is not happy at all. I can get it to rotate with some trail braking, but the initial turn-in is still pretty pushy. For my next track day, I'll have a set of Apex wheels, 18 by 9.5 plus 45, with some Kumho V730s, hopefully some Olin suspension as well. With those mods, this might just be a 1 minute 40-second car, maybe 141, we'll see. But first things first, you gotta aim for a 43 today.
Next left. Track out further. Above average.
.02 optimal. We only managed to do a 144.01. This car's pretty quick with PS4S tires squealing for dear life. These endless pads doing a great job, tons of bite. Let's see if we can break 144 in the next session. Well, that's not ideal.
You fold it in on itself. And again, the ability for a person to actually muscle that apart is going to be impossible. Yeah.
Well, what can I say? That was an interesting experience. Not my first time going too hot into turn 6 here at Laguna and going off on the right side, but definitely my first time completely deep eating a tire off the wheel. The gravel slowed me down a tremendous amount. If the gravel wasn't there, I probably would have gone into the tire wall. But after I came to a stop, I was like, okay, cool. Let me just get back on track. Go back to the pits, get yelled at, come back out. So I put the car in first gear, started rolling, and that's when I realized something was seriously wrong. I was hearing a metallic sound from the front right tire. At first I thought, oh God, maybe I just completely sheared off the wheel studs. Maybe I destroyed the wheel, the control arm. I wasn't sure, but I knew something at that front right was completely destroyed. It took a shocking like 3 laps for the corner workers to finally wave that black flag, which caused everyone else to go back into the pit. The tow truck came in, and what I realized, unfortunately, is that there is no stock tow hook location for this car. But that was a very unpleasant surprise. So they actually had me drive onto the flatbed with a debeaded front tire. It's shocking the way that the tire just bent at one of the tread grooves. It just completely folded in on itself. Thankfully, there was a mobile tire guy here, Wade. He goes to a lot of track events in Northern California, apparently. Thank God he was here today because he was able to take that tire off. A very nice gentleman by the name of James parked next to me in the paddock in a C6 Corvette. He happened to have a spare 285 3519 Michelin Cup 2. So Wade threw it back on, but he was like, oh man, I have literally never seen a tire fold in on itself. So I don't know, Michelin, you might want to go back and look into the way you've engineered the PS4S, at least in the 265/3019 configuration. I understand that these are not normal operating conditions, but at the same time, I feel like that shouldn't be happening. So no, I am not going to drive with these mismatched tires, although the front right is exactly where I need more grip because this car is understeering like crazy. But I did manage to end the day after 2 sessions with a 144.01 lap time. Came in aiming for a sub 45, so that's already better than what I expected. I know that's actually quicker than what a stock FK8 Civic Type R did at Laguna Seca, quicker by maybe a couple of tenths of a second or so. But that being said, after the Laguna repave, Apparently cars have been lapping 1 to 2 seconds faster. That being said, the timing's actually not all that bad for me to lose that front tire because I have a set of Apex VS5RS wheels with Kumho V730s, thankfully in a 35 profile, not a thin rubber band 30 profile. They'll be ready to go onto the car before my next event. The car otherwise seems fine. It still drives straight. I don't think the alignment's even off. Everything is fine. It was just the tire that took the brunt of the damage. And obviously the rim is all chipped up from the gravel, but no big deal. I consider rims to be a consumable on track at this point, given the number of incidents that happen at every single track event. So overall, I'm still happy with how I ended the day. Wasn't ideal, didn't get the last 3 sessions. I really wanted to try to push for a 142. I know the car can do it. I know I can do it. It was just a matter of getting the perfect lap, and that's always a big if at these open track days. So with that being said, a big shout out again to Lightspeed Track Events. Check them out in the video description. Use promo code Zygrene to save on your next track day. We'll be back with a Type S once we have the wheels and tires on. Hopefully my Öhlins DFV will be on the car as well. And it looks like my rear endless brake pads just shipped out today. So hopefully for my next event in mid-November, I should have a very well-prepped car. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more Type S content very soon. See you in the next one.